slides.
That's fine.
This video.
That's fine. And if I don't remember that, just remind me. Can we just get a couple of minutes?
Well, if you don't have any slides, never mind. Right?
And Your Honor, pursuant to motions, we have a judgment sheet for count 3.
Okay. We'll do that now.
Why would you need to make so many different statements if you were telling the truth? Because remember, the truth is the truth. You don't need to practice it. You don't need to remember it. It's the truth. So let's see who the government has gotten in bed with to try to prove their case against Hernandez Govan. Robert? So the man you have to believe is the man who's capable of, in broad daylight, carrying an AK-47, going into a store full of people, and just, without hesitation, opening fire. And he's the one that's going to tell you that Mr. Govan did this, this, and this. Nothing that he says can be validated. The other thing the government's going to try to talk to you about is cell phone tower records. The expert that the government may call, or if they don't call him, I'll call him, will tell you tower records are inherently unreliable. If we play a 5-second clip about how all this supposedly happened, I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying Govan is involved in one way, shape, or form, but if you want to believe Cornelius Smith, the AK-47 shooter, and God knows how many other shootings he's done, then he'll talk about it. I want you to listen to this.
It was one day, me and Angela was out riding, and I wanted some X pills, so I went to Quay House to get the X pills from him, and Juke was over there. And when I walked in, there was one quick told Juke, this little seat right here, and my little Juke was like, he don't mind. First, he said, take all the phones outside, you know. He didn't say my phone, he was saying quit phone, but I passed my phone to make it feel comfortable. So, took the phone outside, and Jude was like, hit him out of here, get him, and he got us. And I can't recall like exactly when it was, but that's what he said.
All right. So the state just told you to your face that Mr. Govan picked out 2 desperate people. Cornelius Smith, if you are to believe him, says in his statement, I just happened to be going by Quet's house, Govan's house, to buy some ecstasy pills with my girlfriend. Juke happened to be there. He doesn't say Quet said a word. Juke says there's a hit on everybody, and I got you, and Juke says, take the phones outside while I talk to you. Assuming you believe any of that's true. And the reason I ask you if you think any of that's true is the police never went to question Juke, aka Anthony Mims, or Gotti, or any of the people with CMG. Never once even tried to do an interview. So this is as plain as day. Juke said do it. Quet didn't say anything. Quet lives in the poorest part of Memphis in Orange Mound, sells a few ecstasy pills to make a living, and hustles with some sports gambling. He's a nobody, and that's why I asked you about the Peters. He's a throwaway that they can blame. Why did they not talk to Juke or anybody else with CMG? Ever. Now, Juke ended up getting killed in 2024, 2.5 years after the fact. Never arrested, never talked to, never interviewed, never pursued, never surveilled, nothing.
Key points from the court session regarding Hernandez Govan's trial in the death of young Dolph. Key points from court session. Defendant and charges: Hernandez Govan, 45, accused as the mastermind behind young Dolph's killing, charged with murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and attempted murder. He rejected a plea deal last month. Prosecution's opening statement, case framed as being about choices, claimed Govan offered $100,000 bounty on young Dolph, with a $10,000 cut for himself. Alleged he recruited Justin Johnson, rapper Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith, portraying them as desperate and in need of money. Defense's opening statement, Manny Aurora, argued evidence was cherry-picked, said Cornelius Smith, a cooperating witness, was not credible and only trying to save himself. Claimed Govan is being used as a fall guy because bigger figures like Yo Gotti and Big Jook were never questioned or charged. Witness testimonies, Erica Thornton, young Dolph's sister, first to testify. Raul Hopkins, security guard, described 4 prior shootings involving Dolph before the fatal 2021 attack. Cornelius Smith, co-defendant turned witness, testified he bought pills from Govan and often owed him money. Govan offered him a way to make money by doing hits, said there was a $50K bounty on Paper Route Woo and $100K on young Dolph. Met Justin Johnson, triggerman, through Govan. Recalled meetings where Big Jook, Yo Gotti's brother, later killed in 2023, was present, with Govan suggesting Smith would do the hit. Detailed the November 16 to 17 events. Attempted to find Dolph on November 16 but missed him. On November 17th, rode with Johnson in a white Mercedes to Govan's house where weapons were prepared. Followed Dolph to Makeda's Cookies and carried out the shooting, leaving Dolph with 20 gunshot wounds. Investigators' findings. Memphis police quickly released photos of 2 shooters. Johnson and Smith identified as gunmen. Govan later indicted as the one who ordered the hit. Prosecutors allege he solicited them for the killing. Additional context. Govan has a long criminal record since late 1990s. He was released on $90,000 bond months after his indictment. Prosecutors are seeking an enhanced sentence due to his history. Justin Johnson, already convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Jury deliberations expected by end of this week.